Hey guys, this is Johnny. I just wanted to give you a quick video update. So I'm gonna actually, I'm thinking, I'm gonna see how this goes, see if it takes or if it picks up any momentum. But I want to record just sort of a video update for you guys every month, just so that I give you all the announcements, all the things that you need to know, anything that is pressing, anything that's coming up. And I just thought it would be easy to just kind of record a 2 to 3 minute video and hopefully even stir your heart maybe as you listen to it or watch it throughout the week. And so basically I just wanted to go over some quick updates, quick announcements for you guys, as well as just a quick word of encouragement. One of the things I wanted to just update you on is that Easter Sunday is coming up sooner than we know it, and I would love to have as much of us on stage as we can. We have a limited number of channel space for instruments and stuff, but I do want to know who's available for Easter. So if you wouldn't mind just emailing me back and just letting me know, okay, I'm available for Easter, and then that way I know who to schedule. I obviously won't be able to schedule everybody, so if everyone is available and you're not scheduled, I apologize. But we are most likely planning on doing an outdoor Easter service on the lawn, and mainly for the purpose of just being able to get as many people there as we can. The lawn is really big; we can spread out fairly well too, and it would just be a good witness, since Easter Sunday, as you know, is a big opportunity for the gospel to just transform non-Christians. And usually non-Christians, especially during this time, would probably be more inclined to come to an outdoor service than an indoor service anyway during this COVID season. So that's kind of what that'll look like. So that's why we have a limited number of channels. But just let me know if you're available for Easter. Something I would love for you guys to be learning for Easter Sunday is there's a new song that I would love to introduce to get into sort of our, even just to introduce it into our DNA as a church. But it's called Christ Our Hope in Life and Death. It's called Christ Our Hope in Life and Death. And I would encourage you to look up the Shane and Shane version. That's the version we'll be learning. So just be listening to that song, be learning it, be listening to it. And on these video updates, month to month, I'll give you some new songs to be thinking through, praying through, and learning. Another thing to keep in mind is we'll be having an upcoming team night again. Like I said, we try to do these things once every 2 months, and we're going through the book True Worshipers as a team. And so we'll be discussing chapters 3 and 4 next month. That's in March. Now, the date for this is to be decided. The time for this will be to be decided. But I will keep you guys posted as far as where that's going to be, what time that's going to be at. But just stay flexible if you can, and remember, I just want to remind you guys. Like, I understand there's emergencies, things come up, but this is an expectation to be on the team, is to be a part of these team nights. It's not something that's actually negotiable. It's not just an optional thing. Like, this is a requirement. I just want to remind everyone, like, this is something that I really need everybody to be at. We go over some essential things, but really we're trying to cement and solidify our relationships as a worship band so that we can be unified. Like, I just want to remind us, like, why this is so crucial. This is so important, that we have our hearts unified as a team, and when that is in place, we can properly lead the congregation, and the congregation themselves will have greater unity. It starts from the top down when it comes to leading others. We want to make sure that we are in unity as well. And so just a reminder, the team nights are so important, and hopefully this book is encouraging you guys. Please keep on reading, and I hope that it stirs your heart just as it has stirred mine. And then the final thing I'll just remind you guys of, as I've actually been going through 1 Corinthians in my devotions early in the morning, and I just want to read to you 1 Corinthians chapter 2. He says this, "And when I came to you, brothers, I did not come preaching to you the testimony of God with lofty speech or wisdom. For I decided to know nothing among you except Jesus Christ and Him crucified. And I was with you in weakness and in fear and much trembling. And my speech and my message were not in plausible words of wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and power, so that your faith might not rest in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. And I just think about, how oftentimes I know that I don't feel the most qualified skill-wise. But all God requires of us as His servants, guys, is to lift up His Son, Jesus. That we would center not only our own personal lives around Him, but everything that we do to practice for being on the worship team would be centered around lifting up the Son of God. That we would be exalting Him, His person and His work. That's why Paul said, I'm determined to know nothing except Jesus Christ and Him crucified. So in all of our practicing, in all of our skill development, may this be the central thing that we are doing, guys. Our goal our whole goal here is to really help others behold Jesus, to bow our lives, all of our lives to Him in submission, and then become like Him as a result. You could think about it like that, right? Behold, bow, and become. This is the reason we're doing what we're doing. I can't tell you how much I've seen God work through you guys. And so really, thank you so much for all that you do. I so appreciate your servant's heart. And Paul goes on to say in 2 chapters later, in chapter 4, he says, it is just required in stewards, because you guys are stewards. You're stewards of the gospel, but you're stewards of your gifts, which means God has given this to you. And He desires that we use them and steward them well for His glory. But it says that it's required in stewards that one be found faithful. So my encouragement to you is, guys, continue to be faithful because Christ is faithful to you. And as a result, you will see that He will be exalted and people will be changed. Because the whole purpose of our worship ministry, guys, don't forget, is to skillfully use music to magnify the greatness of God in Jesus Christ through the power of the Holy Spirit, so that we can motivate the people of Faith Community Church to live for His glory, to cherish His presence, right? So this is why we do what we do. And so just to remind each of us, so like I said, thank you for all that you do. Excited to see you guys soon. And you'll see yourself on the schedule pretty soon, even for the month of March. I'll send out that schedule for the beginning. And like I said, continue to put out your blockout dates so that I know when not to schedule you. All right. See you guys.